好，这大概会是我第一部直播的影片。然后这一款游戏呢，我并不是第一次看，第一次看见吧，算是第一次玩，但是曾经在其他地方看过，所以应该在游玩上比较快进入状况吧。那么就先开始吧，反正这一次也是第一次直播，我打算先试试看。嗯，诶，好，操作其实有一点滑溜溜的感觉，有点能理解为什么看别人玩都是很看起来很像残障，原来是这样。我这样应该是还行啊。哇，好，诶，哦，
There's no feeling more intense than starting over.
重新开始最
If you
让人
deleted
感
your
觉紧张。
homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it.
哇，你听
If
起
you
来
won an
很
argument
难
with a
过诶。
friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
重
If
新
you're
开
not
始
ready
比
for
开
that,
始更难。
like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
经历的事情。
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
错
This game
误
is a
啊！
homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy
迷
Hiking.
人远足。
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
创作，其实创作还真的蛮让人，还真的蛮有趣的，但是琢磨又是另外一回事。喂，
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
一
It's
页
built
有
almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time.
按
In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this game. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
迷人，刚刚是想说迷人足球还是远？
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
分解成碎片有新的想法。哦。OK， 不得不说，这操作比我想象中还要困难不少。它的滑鼠的移动其实不是像画面一样可以直接到达，它有一个像是出力的感觉吧。哦。真的有点难呢。加油啊，大叔！大叔！真糟糕，他刚刚说的那些东西，好像就想到什么话要讲，但是他说完之后我又忘记了。算了，就敲不到那个。我刚是不是有一次这样整上去啊
？You've done this part before. You know it's possible. Just do what you did the first time.
我知道我可以，但是会等。 我刚到底是怎么上去的呢？我完蛋，前面过得这么顺遂，忽然就卡关。哎，嘿，哦，哦，哎，哦，哦，嘿，哦，所以顶一脚上就是这样没错。哦，可以，哦，哎，小心小心，喂，喂，
For
好，
years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
什么意思啊？很多事情用作消耗，就会变成垃圾。嗯，喂啊，
Oh.
有点难呢。因为这是初次直播，我只打算把时间控制在1个小时左右，但是可能会破不完。 关系啊，破不完就之后再破，而且现在才刚开始而已，应该，喂，喂，喂，我，我，哎呀，我，哎，我，我，哎，喂，看起来好累哦。诶，难道？
No.
难道慢慢来吗？哎，等一下，好，哦，喂，这个大叔怎么这个声音听起来很不爽的感觉
No.
？No No， 我喂上来了，
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. Be games, be movies, be music, be philosophy.
哎，好怕掉下去哦。喂，
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
网络的东西，他是在讲网络吧？网络的东西越来越多，垃圾也越来越多。不过，因为这样，就得
There's
需
3D
要
models
学
of
会。
breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
是在讲网络的，也是啦，东西越来越多，就会需要过滤。